Hello, guys. This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to a back testing session. We're going to do a back testing session on the G.S.A strategy, and we're going to talk about how to get high probability setups when implementing this strategy. We're going to go over a couple of examples on goals. We're going to do a couple of different time frames to see what we get. And we're going to talk about how to do the analysis for the G.S.A strategy, and then also what signals that we need to look for that's going to give us the higher probability of getting the best trading setup. All right, so that way we'll get an idea when to enter into the market. Okay, so for this example, we're going to be trading on gold. So let's get started. So the first example, we're going to be trading from the 1 hour time frame to the 15-minute time frame. And then we're going to do one example of that, and then we're going to do another example where we're going to trade from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. Okay, so that way we can get an idea of how both of those work. So let me go ahead and activate the replay tool here. You want to exit? Yes, that will be activated. Hold on. So let's start right here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out from the 1 hour time frame what is the overall trend. Okay. So when we look here, we can see that price is overall bullish. Okay. Previous highs are being broken. So in this case, price is overall bullish. So what we would do is we would take a trend line and we would basically just draw it here. Okay. And then we would do that. So then once we do that, we're going to take the CC trend indicator and we're going to actually turn that on and see if we're actually in confluence with the overall market, just confirm that. So our trend line for the CC trend indicator is pointing outward. So it lets us know that price is overall bullish. So we're good as far as being in tune with the overall market. So now that we did that, we are going to move on to the smaller time frame, which is the 15-minute in this case. Okay. So once we get to the 15-minute, we want to look at the current trend as well. So when you really look at this last move here, price started from this swing low to this swing high and broke this previous structure. So that lets us know that price is currently bullish as well. Now we're going to turn on the CC trend indicator to confirm that. Let's draw a trend line here. All right. So now we're going to do that. And then let's turn on the CC trend indicator. Now, currently price is pointing downward, which is understandable because we had a downward move before this spike. We have a spike signal here. Okay. So that's why price is pushing down, but price spiking in up. So price is still overall bullish. So we're going to go with that. Then we're going to draw trading ranges. So we can see that price again started from this swing low all the way up to this swing high, and then broke this previous structure. So we're going to actually mark that up. So we're going to mark it up here. This is going to be our swing high, swing low. This is going to be our breaker structure, so it's coming right here. Okay. So at this point, we're in the bullish trading range. We're going to mark that out. And now we're going to save our progress here. So now we're going to actually label these. Whoops. There we go. We're actually going to label this. So this is swing low, swing high. I'm sorry, breaker structure here. And then swing high. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the Fibonacci. So since we're in the bullish trading range, we're going to swing that Fibonacci from the most recent low, swing low to the most recent swing high. Okay. Now we're going to mark out a pullback point. Um, price looks like price pulled back to here and rejected the 60, the 70%. So we could say that, you know, we have a solid zone here. So this is going to be our buy zone. And we're just going to stretch it out here. Price might come back down to this structure here, but we'll just say it's a pullback here. We could probably stretch it out maybe to here. So now we know where our pullback point is. So then the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually turn on the cheat code indicator and see um, if our Bollinger Band matches with everything, which kind of does. But the bottom Bollinger Band is here and the top one is up here. So price is sticking out of the Bollinger Band here. Now, once we have done that, the very next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to turn on the CC trend indicator, and we're going to want to see, well, first things first is, we turn on the CC trend indicator, and we want to ask ourselves, do we have a cheat code buy or sell signal? Which in this case, we have a sell. So that's good, okay? Then the very next thing you want to do is turn on the CC trend indicator and to see, are we getting a high spike signal, which is the arrows, okay? Anytime we get that, that's a sign that there's a high probability of price doing a reversal and spiking the other direction. So if price in this case bought up and we're getting a spike here, that means price is more likely, there's a high possibility that price is going to reverse and sell down heavily either to the next structure or all the way down to the Bollinger Band. We don't know, but we just know there's going to be a very huge chance that price is going to reverse and go the other direction. So we have this confirmation here. So then once we identify that, the best thing we will want to do is we could do two things. We can either do a counter trend sell all the way down to the structure and then buy it up if you got a cheap sell or confirmation sell. But it would be best if you got a confirmation sell. Then we could jump in. Now, if we want to take a little bit more of a risk and jump in on a cheap code sell, that'd be fine. But we really want a confirmation sell. So let's push this forward and see what it does. So let's see if it sells down. See, that was a little bit of a pullback. Let's just see if it sells. Okay, we got another sell there. Now you have price pull all the way back and then it started to push down. So you probably could have sold this. Maybe if you entered in here, you would have probably got over 600 points of gold, which is good. That's a pretty good big profit depending on your lot size. But you would really want to do the confirmation sell. That would really be the best bet. So let's move forward. And again, price did drop. So the spike here was accurate and the sell was accurate because price actually sold down. Even if you entered in here, you would have definitely got some good money off of this, okay? So it lets us know that these are the two confirmations we need before entering in. Oh, and by the way, we got a confirmation sell actually right here. So that's why price actually did drop. So look at this. We had a confirmation sell right here. Arrow pointing here. So even if you entered in, so if you entered in on this confirmation sell right here, which we recommend, you would have still got about over 800 points of gold. If you have a decent lot size, you would have had a very good payday. So it just goes to show just how simple getting high probability trades with this strategy is, okay? And then, of course, price dropped again here. Let's see if it drops a little bit more. Yeah, and it dropped, and it gave us a very good sell, okay? Now, there we go. We had another setup here, which we could have had another entry here, okay? Which is decent. Now we have a cheat code buy here. Now, cheat code buy is pretty accurate, but I wouldn't jump in this situation because we don't have a spike yet. Let's see if we get a spike. Okay, so we don't have a spike yet. See, so we didn't get a high spike, but we got a confirmation buy. Now, this situation, I would jump in because with a confirmation buy, it's a strong confirmation, and you would have got some good entry here. So this one was actually pretty good. Let's see if we get another opportunity, and then we'll go to another example. Okay, so now we got a spike here. So this is a good indication. Let's see if we get a cheat code sell or buy. Not yet, but the spike was still accurate. Okay, but in this situation, I probably would have still waited to get a cheat code buy or sell or confirmation sell. But this was decent, so you got over 1,200 points. That would have been a good payday. So that's a good example. And you got a confirmation sell. So this is why it did sell. So that was good there. Let's see. So let's move on to our next example. And we're going to trade, and we're going to do this from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. Okay. So let me pause this recording. All right. So we're going to use gold for this example as well. But this time we're going to trade from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. So we're actually going to be back testing on the swing trade. Because once you get to the 1 hour, it's really a little bit more of a swing trade than scalping if you're going on a 15-minute. So same process. So the very first thing we're going to do here is we're going to turn on, we're going to figure out what is the overall trend. And the overall trend here, you see that price is trending upward, okay? Previous highs have been broken. So even though price went down, it's still kind of hold this structure, so we can say that price is overall bullish. So we'll do that. All right. Now, let's turn on the CC trend indicator and see what we get. And as we can see, the CC trend indicator is pointing upward a little bit. It's kind of pointing this way. So price was bullish at 1.4 drop. So that's fine. So that's all we're going to do for the 4 hour. Okay. Now, we're going to do this. Now we're going to switch to the 1 hour. Okay. And so in the 1 hour, we're going to actually figure out what is the overall trend. Okay. Now, the current trend. Now, we can see that from this swing low to this swing high, price was trending down, and then we had a break of structure up in this area. So I would still say that we are currently really bearish this point. So we're going to draw a trend line here. And then we're going to raise this trend line. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the CC trend indicator to make sure we're in line with that, which we are. The very lines are pointing downward. So that's another confirmation. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off, and we're going to draw a trading range. So again, price started from this swing low to this swing high, and then we're going to go up to this break of structure. This is pretty much, well, really in reality, price broke this structure here with this swing low, so we can actually just mark this up. But you know what, we could put it up here. It's not going to have to put up here. We can say that break of structure is here. So in this situation, we are in a bearish trading range. So now we're going to mark this up. This is our swing high. This is our break of structure. Then this is our swing low. So then, because we're in a bearish trading range, we're going to take the Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low. Okay? We can clearly see here that price rejected between the 70% and 60% here, and then rejected the 50% and went down again, and then the 38.20. So that lets us know where a lot of our pullbacks are. So then what we're going to do is we're going to actually put This here is going to be our cell generator. And let's label that, and then I'm going to move it over to the right so that we can see it. And then we're going to stretch it all the way down to here. That way we can see where the printout comes at. So now when we erase this, we are going to turn on the cheat code indicator, see if it matches up with everything. Now we have a Bollinger Band up to here, so price could stretch out, hit this area and come down. So it wouldn't hurt to actually bring this down a little bit more. You know, it could be 60 top Bollinger Band is up there, then the bottom one down here. So what we could do is now we're going to actually start looking for the indicators. Okay. So let me actually do this. Let me zoom in on price just a little bit more so you can actually see. Kind of zoom in like this. This is good. Then you just push it all the way up to here. So this is all focus on per price. So the turn on the cheat code indicator. A Bollinger Band is right here. Top Bollinger Band is here. Now, another thing I forgot to mention as well is that what we always pay attention to, we always pay attention to our HMA. So anytime, this is another confirmation, anytime the price is above the HMA and you get confirmation buy, then that gives you an indication that price is going to go up, especially with the spike indicator. If it's below the HMA, you get those other two indicators, there's already a confirmation. That's one thing I forgot to mention in the other example. That's fine. So you don't look for that. So the fact that price is over this, it lets us know that we're probably still starting from a bullish manner. So that's something to keep in mind. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on CC trend indicator. And I'm going to fast forward the replay, and we're going to be looking for number one, a spike indicator, which is this. We're going to be looking for that on the sell, so show up red. Then we're going to be looking for a cheat code buy or sell. Then we're going to look for a confirmation buy or sell, or in this case, a confirmation sell. If the price sells down, that's what we're going to look for. Then it'll be the perfect entry. So let's see how this will work out. All right, so you got a confirmation sell here, okay, which is fine. So if we ever get that, we could jump in because it's a swing trade, so price is not going to be as volatile because each candle closed within an hour. So price goes a lot slower than the 15-minute or 30-minute. So you got a confirmation sell that gave you about 448 points, which is not bad, but over 460 points because you got a confirmation sell. Now, if you didn't get the confirmation sell, it would have been risky to get in. Let me see, let me erase this. So this would have been a good entry. But we got a confirmation that this was a good entry because price closed even more. Then you got, then you see price reversed up. I wouldn't have ventured in here because we don't have any confirmation. And that's why. So it's good that we didn't get in here. The price could have reversed, but we got a confirmation sell, another one. This would have been good to get into. 324 points. Okay. And then price pushed down, confirmation buy here. That probably would have been fine. So yeah. See, confirmation buy, so that would have been another example of getting there. Could have probably got in here. This would have been very incidental. So again, these are the confirmation. Now, here's a perfect example. We got a cheat code sell. Now we want to see if we can get a spike or a confirmation sell. Okay, that's really the best way to do it. So let's see. It's pushing down, but there's still not full indication. And that's why we need that extra confirmation. there's actually two confirmations. Now it's below the HMA, which is cool. So maybe this might be a first confirmation. Now we got a confirmation cell. So again, any of these confirmations, you have to have at least two confirmations. You either get the spike and a confirmation, either get the spike and get a cheat code buy or sell and a confirmation buy, or you end up getting, or if price is below the HMA and you get a confirmation sell, you sell it because this is good. Or if you get price that is above the HMA here, you get a confirmation buy is good because it pushed up. But these are the type of high profitability setups that you're going to want to look for with this strategy. So let's play this. So you see what I'm saying? Look how much it dropped down. So below the HMA, it's starting to turn red. You would have got in here. You would have had a decent payday right there. And this is the swing trade. Now, even though this was a good push up, but this is a perfect example of not getting in. Because even though price was above the because even though price spiked up, you didn't get no cheat code buy or sell signal. You didn't get no high spike. You didn't, and the HMA is still below it. So even though you may have won this trade, this was not a high probability set. The price could have ended up in the reverse trend in the other direction. Now this might be, let's see, no, that was the previous candle. Again, this one here, this is not the cheat code sell, so this probably, even though there was even though it sold down, it still wasn't a good high probability setup. Now this confirmation sell was, okay, and it's below the Bollinger Band, I mean the HMA, so boom, okay. So these are an example of a high probability setups that people only want to look for when you're trading the cheat code, okay. So again, you know, this is what you want to look for. We got a confirmation buy here, right around here, but this would have been a good entry getting in when it's above the Bollinger Band, because then prices kept it going up, and it kept on forming, you know, large momentum candles. Yeah, so we got a cheat code sell here, okay. Still above the Bollinger Band, so we're going to need another confirmation. So we're either going to need a confirmation sell, or we're going to need a spike. Because now we had a confirmation sell that formed afterwards. And so that gave you the confirmation that, yeah, price was going to reverse, pull back, and then it dropped down to here. So that would have been a good entry. And then another confirmation sell. So that's pretty much how to trade this. And I'm going to wrap this session up. We will do more as time goes on. So that way we can master entries with the G.S.A strategy. Because this is a very good trading system. But it's good for any time frames. But that's how you want to get the highest probability setups. So that's it for this back testing session, guys. I'm going to post this on YouTube so that way we can study it and master this as much as possible. See you guys in the next session.